Now, the St. Lucie County Sheriff says they lost a hero today. Sergeant Gary Morales was killed in the line of duty. Tonight, the alleged killer is behind bars.
News Channel 5 anchor Michael Williams is live from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office with the very latest information. Michael.
35-year-old Sergeant Gary Morales, Deputy Sergeant Gary Morales, came to work at 7 o'clock this morning. Now, before the day is even out, his family, his comrades, his community mourns his violent death. The flag here outside St. Lucie County Sheriff's Headquarters flies at half-staff in honor of the life and remembrance of the death of one of their own, a fallen Deputy Sergeant doing his job on a traffic stop this morning around 9:30 as you look at a timeline of events. South of Fort Pierce in an unincorporated area, the 3200 block of Naylor Terrace. For some reason yet unknown, the suspect in this case, 25-year-old Maurice Tisdale, gets out of his car and opens fire on the deputy sergeant before he has a chance to even get out of his own vehicle. The suspect then flees. Another sheriff exchanges gunfire. The suspect crashes his vehicle and is caught a short while later. At a news conference that ended just before the top of the hour, the sheriff of St. Lucie County, Ken Mascara, talked about today's loss.
Sergeant Morales stopped behind him, called in his location and tag, and it was that split second that the driver of that vehicle exited his vehicle, approached Sergeant Morales' vehicle and opened fire. Sergeant Morales did not have time to exit his vehicle, didn't even have time to draw his weapon.
The sergeant deputy lauded community-wide and within his department as a top-flight deputy who was elevated to the rank of sergeant just January 18th, and at the time said, although he'd had potential offers to go elsewhere, he wanted to be in the community that he loved. A husband, the father of two little girls, 6 and 8 years old. As soon as the news conference finished, the sheriff had the somber task of going to that family to make funeral arrangements for the fallen deputy who comes from a long line of law enforcement. His father in New York and his brother, who we're told was on duty today at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Department when this tragedy, this violent tragedy, occurred. We'll have continuing coverage here. A little bit more about the suspect, by the way, right now, officially charged with fleeing police or fleeing authorities, assault, and premeditated murder. His first appearance will be tomorrow at 8:30 before a judge, again with that first-degree murder charge, a long rap sheet that I've obtained that they gave out a while ago, mostly drug charges. And the sheriff said to conclude, we don't really know what the motive could have possibly been here, except to say, in the sheriff's words, it was a madman bent on killing a law enforcement officer. More coverage at 6, more on the background of the suspect and going back to the scene of this crime where we talked to people who witnessed this awful tragedy as it unfolded. For now, reporting live outside the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, I'm Michael Williams. Back to you.
Where flags have been lowered there in St. Lucie County. Also, of course, in honor of Sergeant Gary Morales and around the Treasure Coast. Signs of respect also. Flags dropped to half-staff at the Martin County Sheriff's Office to honor Sergeant Morales. Deputies there have also been authorized to shroud their badges. And late this morning, the flag was positioned at half-mast at the Indian River County Sheriff's Office to show respect for the 13-year veteran. The St. Lucie County